The Golden State Warriors trading for Chris Paul was one of the most shocking moves of the NBA offseason. Much of the discussion regarding CP3 and the Warriors has focused on whether the point guard fits in Golden State's system and how strange it will be to see him playing with his former rivals. But this blockbuster deal may have been a stroke of genius. Low-key, Chris Paul and the Warriors are a match made in heaven. Before we really dive in, let's get this out of the way from the jump. Yes, that was me saying the Warriors dynasty was dead just 2 months ago.
Well, that was then, and this is now.
Between Golden State's roster at the time not being good enough to compete for championships, and the fact I couldn't envision the Warriors turning Jordan Poole into a win-now player as good as Paul, I was out on the Dubs playing for titles in 2024 and beyond. Well, the joke's on me, because I'm now here to tell you that with CP3, the Warriors are very much back in the game. The dynasty may still be dead, but Golden State's now a lot closer to proving me wrong.
Don't beat yourself up.
You can understand why some are skeptical about the fit, as one of the game's greatest pick-and-roll conductors and mid-range assassins is joining a motion-heavy, three-point oriented read-and-react offense that's already led by another Hall of Fame point guard. But there's so much more to this partnership than meets the eye. As Paul joins the same Warriors core he battled in the postseason 3 times in 6 years during his stints in LA and Houston. For one, at this stage of Paul's career, not being the lead offensive initiator should suit him just fine, as he was already relinquishing some of those duties to Devin Booker in Phoenix. In addition, Paul's presence could help preserve Curry in ways the Warriors hoped Poole could, as CP3 should stabilize the Dubs in non-Curry minutes. Steph has never played with another point guard this sharp, and the Warriors have never had the luxury of a second lead guard this good during the Curry era. The 38-year-old Paul is long removed from his prime, and can't consistently hit the highs that players like Poole or Suns replacement Bradley Beal can. But Paul can also help the Warriors in ways Poole couldn't. Though he can't take on Poole's individual usage, CP3 also won't hijack possessions. Paul's a much steadier lead guard who can give Golden State's offense a different look when Curry rests. His pick-and-roll prowess should make it a lot easier for head coach Steve Kerr to finally include more of the actions in his playbook. And the point guard's brilliance in those actions should help young big man Jonathan Kuminga in particular tap into his potential.
DeAndre Ayton looked like a bust before CP came to Phoenix. No disrespect to Ayton, but more so a nod to CP.
Yeah.
What he will do for Jonathan Kuminga and unlocking Kuminga is huge.
It's not just about balancing the Warriors' attack or propping the Dubs up when Curry rests, though. Paul and the Warriors could make beautiful offensive music together when the team's best players are all on the court. Although it was a small sample size, Paul was one of the league's most efficient catch-and-shoot threats last season, canning 46 of his 88 three-pointers in such scenarios. Among 275 players to attempt at least 80 catch-and-shoot trays, only Luke Kennard was more efficient. If CP3 is ready and able to pump up his catch-and-shoot volume when playing off of Curry, then one of the greatest point guards of all time could explode as an off-ball threat this year.
That's taking us to another level.
While no longer the all-defensive first-team player he was at his peak, Paul is also still a massive defensive upgrade over Poole on the perimeter, which should make the jobs of guys like Draymond Green and Andrew Wiggins a lot easier behind him. Golden State's lack of size could still be an issue defensively, and overall, the Warriors are not the league's best team on paper, let alone the inevitable force they once were at the height of their powers. But in acquiring Paul, they've once again moved closer to the summit. The Warriors also pulled off the rare feat of getting better and older while gaining future flexibility. Paul's 2024-25 salary is not guaranteed, while Poole is owed more than $99 million between the 2024-25 and 2026-27 seasons. With the new CBA's punitive second tax apron, shedding Poole's contract without taking back any long-term money was a huge win for Golden State, which suddenly found it a lot easier to re-sign Green.
The rich get richer.
Look, it may take a while to get used to seeing Chris Paul in Warriors colors and sharing a backcourt with Steph Curry. But outside of CP3's rotten postseason injury luck, I just don't see much downside to this deal. This could prove to be a perfect marriage between a ringless, fading star hoping for one last kick at the championship can, and an aging dynasty desperately trying to keep their championship window open for at least another year.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video and want to see more content like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button.